And welcome back to everybody on the Football Zone and to a weekend preview, previewing this weekend's Premier League action, and starting off with Chelsea v Luton. And yeah, Chelsea has not been a particularly good start to the season, just 1 point from the last 2 games, still a hangover from last season. But yeah, you kind of feel the perfect opportunity to put it right against the Luton side. Yeah, obviously only played 1 game, but it was a tough one against Brighton away. And yeah, I think at the Bridge, Chelsea, I think they'll be very disappointed if they don't get anything from this one. I'm going to say it'll be 2-0 to them. Moving on then to Bournemouth against Tottenham at the Vitality Stadium. And yeah, I think Bournemouth, yeah, they're taking a bit of time to adapt to life under the new manager, aren't they? I think that was always going to be a case of a late appointment, but on the other hand, Tottenham seem to have hit the ground running with Ange. So yeah, it's an intriguing one. I think it's one that could really go either way. But I think Tottenham away from home, they seem to start the season with real confidence. I'm going to say they're just going to nick it. I'm going to say it'll be 2-1 to them. Moving on into Manchester United as they take on Nottingham Forest at Old Trafford. And yeah, of course, it's been a tough start to the season for Manchester United. Things not really clicking with Erik ten Hag, but for me, in a way, there's no kind of need for panic just yet, because obviously we've seen last season, I think it was, the poor start they got. So yeah, no need to panic. But Forest, I think, will provide them with a tough test. But at the same time, it is definitely a winnable game for Manchester United. I'm going to say it'll be 2-0 to them. Moving on then to Goodison Park as Everton take on Wolves. And I think, yeah, for me, this will be considered a big game for both of these sides, really, because obviously Everton not started the season in the ideal fashion. Wolves as well, obviously all the chaos behind the scenes in the summer, and Gary O'Neill coming in the last minute. And yeah, both teams maybe not got off to the best of starts, really. So yeah, I think it's a game that both teams will need to be targeting, because I think both teams will be down there. But I can see it kind of just with these games down the bottom of the team, kind of being a drab 0-0 draw. Moving on into Brentford as they take on Crystal Palace at the G-Tech. And yeah, this is an interesting game because obviously both these teams, I don't know what really their expectations will be coming into the season. Maybe Brentford will want to go one higher and push for Europe. Crystal Palace as well. Both of these teams just kind of seem very mid-table for me. And yeah, it kind of makes it a hard game to call, really. I'm going to say the Brentford at home, though, with the home advantage, will just nick it. Moving on then to Arsenal as they take on Fulham. And Arsenal obviously making a good start to the season. Fulham getting that open day win at Everton, etc, etc. Both these teams, I think, will come into it feeling relatively confident. But I think Arsenal, yeah, at home, these are the sort of games which, yeah, already in the season, we know how relentless Man City are, and how much they'll be, you know, not making errors throughout the season. So yeah, it's a game that already, I think Arsenal will be putting pressure on themselves to win, even though it will be a tough game. But I'm going to say it'll be 2-0 to Arsenal here. Moving on into Brighton as they host West Ham, and again, I'm really looking forward to. Yeah, I think we all know what the game plan will be here. I think David Moyes will sit back, try and pick Brighton off. But yeah, it will be a tough one for them because, you know, we know how good Brighton are at the moment. But, you know, West Ham started the season really strong. Lots of really promising aspects for them. So, yeah, it will be intriguing, this one. But I'm going to say, with the home advantage, Brighton will have enough to seal the win. I'm going to say 3-1. Moving on into Sheffield United as they take on Man City at Bramall Lane. And yeah, Sheffield United coming into this one. It's been a tough start to life back in the Premier League. I think that's fair to say. They'll be looking to kind of rebound though in this one. Taking on a Man City side that, yeah, started the season in their usual dominant self. And I think, yeah, even at Bramall Lane, this will be a tough one for Sheffield United. I'm going to say it'll be a 3-0 City win. Moving on then to Burnley as they take on Aston Villa at Turf Moor. And yeah, Burnley coming into this one. Yeah, once again, it's been a tough start to life in the Premier League. Obviously, the opening day didn't go well, but we haven't seen them since they obviously got that Luton game suspended. Yeah, we all know the reason why. But Villa, after that opening day tonking, have come back into it nicely. So they'll be, I think, feeling pretty confident coming into this one. Hopeful of getting a positive result. And I'm going to say it'll be 2-0 to the Villa here. And finally, rounding off with undoubtedly the biggest game of the weekend, Newcastle taking on Liverpool. In a game that I'm really looking forward to. And yeah, both these teams kind of working out where they're going to be. I think it's still early days, isn't it? It's very early days. We don't know who's going to really shape up where, but I think both these teams will be targeting Champions League spot again. Maybe don't quite have the might to challenge Man City, but who knows? They might do if they put together a really decent run. So yeah, I'm going to say it will be a 3-2 win. I think it's going to be a dramatic game, but I think Newcastle home advantage may take Liverpool to the midfield overhaul to clearly get together. I'm going to say 3-2 win to Newcastle. But anyway, guys, that's the video. Thanks so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, don't subscribe, football news and subscribe to the channel. It's going to be greatly appreciated. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.